Greetings, sir. This may concern Christian Aguilar here, back with another series review. And in today's series review, I'm going to be reviewing the first two episodes of House of the Dragon, that little-known Game of Thrones spin-off that people haven't caught on to yet. The series stars Paddy Considine, Matt Smith, Rhys Ifans, Steve Toussaint, Millie Alcock, and Emily Carey. And the series is set 172 years before the events of Game of Thrones, and it follows House Targaryen during their reign on the Iron Throne. And the plot for the first two episodes so far is essentially who is the heir to the throne, who's the rightful heir to the throne. I'm not going to give anything away, this is a spoiler-free review, so that's the best I can do to summarize the events that take place without, spoiling too much, to keep you fresh when you go into it. I'll be honest, I started watching Game of Thrones from season 1, and I think I got up to season 3 or 4. I think it might have been 3, because I don't remember finishing 3. I remember when it first came out, I was 11 years old. I think it was 2011 when the first season of Game of Thrones came out. I've always wanted to see the dragons. It was always teased. I remember, they even said, oh, first season, watch this show because there's gonna be dragons. I remember watching it when I was 11. I'm like, there's no dragons. There's everything else on the board. But there's no dragons. I know why the show did it initially. To save up the hype, to build up the hype to when eventually there were dragons. It was so epic and badass, which it was. It was. So the wait was very much worth it. But I remember just thinking that as a kid. But I'm glad to say that I've been enjoying myself very, very much with these first two episodes of House of the Dragon. And in terms of the dragon, the CGI in this is really top notch. I don't believe you have to have religiously watched Game of Thrones, nor do you have to read the books to really enjoy this series for what it's giving you for the first two episodes. It knows it's a spin-off. It knows it's set some time before the events that everyone knows. So it's really telling its own story, and I like, again, how simple it is. Who's the next heir? Who is it going to be? That's the main question and what the whole plot revolves around. And I really like that. You can see already in episode 2, a line is being drawn in the sand. And I love that. I just really like how it's just unfolding itself piece by piece. Episode 1 was setting up the pieces. Here's the pieces. Here's how to play the game. Let's see how these first moves go. All the performances are top notch. Everyone delivers stellar performances, especially Matt Smith. He's a huge standout in this. I wonder if he's going to be around for a long time. He looks like a character that would stick around for some time. But it's going to be very interesting to see where his story plays out, where his character goes, because right now it seems like he's a highlight from the series. A lot of people seem to like him. And Paddy Considine is great as King Venarius. This is a guy that doesn't really want to be king, but he is king. He's in this position of all power, all royalty. People killed literally to be in this position. So this is the last place you would expect someone to be unhappy, right? Everyone's fighting to get to this place, but when you're there, it's not happy-go-lucky, and this portrayal of this character really sells it, man. This guy is just depressed. From the beginning to the end of episode 2, I'm just really feeling sorry for this guy. It's like, geez, man. It's like he's put in all these situations that he doesn't want to be in, and I don't think anyone would want to find themselves in. And his whole little struggle really highlights the harshness of this time, of the medieval period. And with there being royalty and certain heirs, the bloodline has to be pure and it has to move on because that's royalty. Very barbaric. It reminds you that this is a very barbaric world, and in that sense, it feels like Game of Thrones. When you go in there, the vibe is still there, but you don't have to have seen every single episode, every single season to really appreciate or understand this show. So far, 2 episodes in, stellar show, man. I hope it keeps up from here. Game of Thrones was fantastic in its entirety until that last season. So I hope that's not the case here. It's cool, it's refreshing, and I hope that it just kicks ass moving forward from here. My only worry moving forward is seeing that the actors Millie Alcock and Emily Carey aren't going to be in the entire season. And I don't think they're going to be in the entire show, because am assuming there's going to be a time jump coming soon. I don't know if it's going to be in the next episode or the next 2 episodes, but there's other actresses that are casted on IMDb. There are 2 other actresses that are cast as older versions of their characters. It's interesting to know that there's going to be a time jump coming soon, and I'm worried because I really like these 2 actresses as the younger versions of these characters. I kind of wish that they just let these actresses age with the characters. That would be so sick. I guess they had made a choice to do a time jump, so when that occurs, I hope that is not, that it's not a dip in quality when that happens. The 2 actresses that they cast to be the older versions are 2 very talented actresses. I know they're not gonna do bad jobs, but it's just already, when you have these 2 strong first episodes, I'm already attached to these actresses as these characters. So I would love to see them evolve and progress in those roles. And those are the only 2 that are going to be switched out, and everyone else is going to be the same. I'm very curious to see how they'll do that, because so far I love all the actors in the show that have appeared in the first 2 episodes so far. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for reaching to the end of it. What did you think of the first 2 episodes if you saw it? Were you ever interested in watching the show? Let me know your thoughts down below, and as always, please like, share, subscribe, support the channel. It's always very much appreciated. The rendered image is show I co-host my good friends Tyler and Shannon. Link to the channel will be down below in the description. We go over all the latest movie news, updates, and trailers, so be sure to check that out. I hope you're all safe and well out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.